welcome to a brand new COD Mobile video on this channel, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in again. Today will be a bit more different than my usual video where I'm playing and commentating, cause this time we're gonna have an exquisite gameplay in the background running with a nuke, with the ICR. We're gonna enjoy the very last few moments before it's receiving its nerf, and I just want to take the chance to talk a little bit about the game and what Call of Duty has done right and wrong over the past 6 months. And of course, you're always welcome to also leave your opinion in the comment section, because this video is not just about my opinion, but of course I'm always curious to read yours and also get an insight into how you are seeing things. So that being said, guys, I just thought, like, where are we starting? So I think we're starting off with the positive aspects. I think the game has done absolutely right, and it's amazing. I feel like that the game, even after playing it for 6 months, is still feeling super fresh. I don't know about you, but every day I'm playing, it still feels like I've got so many new things to discover. So many new things are coming up the whole time. I just can't get the time to discover everything of it. I just have to keep grinding all the time to see all the new stuff, and that is giving it a very fresh touch every time I play it. And therefore, I think one of the best things about the game is that they're consistently bringing you content. They're nerfing, buffing different kinds of weapons, and that is pretty dope, and I highly appreciate it. That also with the operator skills and kill streaks that are coming into the game, and also the buffs they are receiving, it always feels super nice. However, when we also think about it, it's like the game in the end of the day is not really in that sense super competitive, thanks to that, because if you want to have a super competitive game, I think then you're focusing on balancing all the weapons you're having. You're not trying to make one thing OP and one thing not OP. I think Call of Duty is doing that definitely intentionally, because they definitely have the resources to check, okay, this gun is now overpowered, let's reduce it right away, which is definitely indicating something that this game is not really made, like the public or ranked matches are definitely not made for competitive gameplays, but just for fun gameplays. And I think that is not necessarily a bad thing, because for the people who are just enjoying the game, it's the best option, and they're even trying to enhance that feeling, in my opinion, by just having stuff like operator skills in the game. Because let's imagine the situation: we're having a rookie player. Okay, let's not go that far, but we're having, for example, a pro player having the gravity spikes in a legendary match. This guy will most likely get a kill with the gravity spikes. So things like that will definitely help people to at least get a few kills in the game, but also, of course, that destroys the dreams of many people that are grinding for nukes that would be actually good enough, but are still getting taken out all the time by the operator skills. In the end of the day, I don't think that is really a bad thing, but I would love to hear your opinion on that, because do you see Call of Duty as something like the major game types we can play as something that is really competitive, or do you see it as something that is more like just for fun thing? Because depending on which direction you prefer, I think just the game alone is going more into the just for fun direction, and if you're looking for competitive gameplay, you of course have to dig into the competitive scene. But that being said, I don't really think that is necessarily a bad thing, but it can definitely be frustrating if you're getting taken out by the gravity spikes or by the Shark RC all the time. And then let's expand that a little bit further, because imagine you're grinding really hard in a balanced match, kind of. It's super tough in balanced matches, of course, to get high kill streaks. You're getting the chopper or in the end the sentry gun. Those kill streaks are completely useless. So they're trying to make it super easy for people that are not really skilled, and super hard for people that are kind of skilled to get high kill streaks, because you cannot really do anything with those kill streaks that much. And the only thing that is really useful, like I said, is the Shark RC, or the Goliath, of course, can also be super useful. But the Shark RC, for example, is something that also beginners can really easily get in if they're having a little bit of luck. They're just capturing one control point, kill one opponent. They're having the Shark RC in most scenarios, and therefore, yeah, well, it's definitely like something for the casual players, and they're of course trying to make it super let's call it like that, noob friendly in the end. Then again, a super interesting factor I didn't really expect to see coming is that the game is definitely not paid to win, because the guns you can get in those chests are first of all not that OP that they're making a huge difference. I think they're only making like differences when you're playing top level legendary sometimes, that some guns are better than others. Or for example with the HBR, even though people consider it being one of the top guns, I think it does not really give the impression when you're playing against it that you're at a major disadvantage, which obviously is not always the case, so I highly appreciate that. But as we're speaking about those guns as well, I think one thing which is personally for me a big bummer is that the chests are so expensive, that also the bundles are quite expensive. And even though I know that it is bad, I think I'm gonna buy myself the next legendary gun that is going to come up in the next season. If I should do that, if you want to see that, then definitely vote up here, because there you can vote. And if you're saying yes, well, I'm gonna spend a few bucks and throw my cash out of the window for you guys, only for you guys. So overall, I think you didn't hear anything really bad about the game so far. I'm also surprised that I'm so happy about the game, that it is so much fun on a consistent level. So now that we have talked about all of the positive things, there are only two things actually I thought about that were actually kind of negative in some way, and that indirectly refers also to the competitiveness of the game, because I think people with, for example, an iPad 2020 like I am having it, are definitely having such a huge advantage over other players. And when we're playing against them, for example in Legendary League, well, they're usually not standing a chance, they're usually just getting wiped out basically. And I think they should improve on that, that people with similar devices are playing against people with a similar device, just like it's happening when people are playing with controllers or on a computer. And last but not least, one of the things I'm honestly a little bit unsure of, I would love to hear also from you guys what you think about that, is the ranked point reward distribution, or whatever you call it. I mean that the points you're getting when you're winning a ranked match and when you're losing a ranked match. If you remember the beginning times of COD Mobile, then basically you know that in the first 2 seasons it was like super tough to actually get to legendary, and now because they have adjusted that, you're getting now more points, you're getting subtracted less when you're losing one. That means a lot more players that were not qualified in season 1 or 2 get pushed into Legendary League. This is, I think, devaluing a little bit the accomplishment of reaching Legendary, because the only thing you gotta do, to be honest, to hit Legendary is to grind a lot. And you don't need to work on yourself a lot. I mean, people have been grinding in the first 2 seasons like crazy. They've been improving them the whole time. And now it's like a lot easier to get up there. But in the end of the day, that's just my perspective. I'm sometimes, I have to be honest, super competitive about some stuff. And Legendary is kind of such a thing. But of course, I just want to hear your opinion about it. Should Legendary be also something that just should be exclusive to the elite of the game, or should it be available for everybody to reach if they're just putting in kind of the effort, the time, because that's what it is all about in the end of the day. And yeah, I think that is basically going to conclude this video. I hope you enjoyed this nuke. I mean, it was not really like the most spectacular gameplay. I was playing pretty safe. I was holding the most critical spot in a raid. And yeah, basically that is going to wrap it up, guys, for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section what you think about it. And that being said, peace out.